Hey, how's it going, good people? Just got out of the gym, so I'm a little amped up. It's like a drug. Love is the drug, so is the gym. Anyway, I'm going to talk about a couple CDs, some music. The 90s Chicago music scene. Probably, I'd say, one of the best scenes in the history of music and rock and roll. But I found, and I got this when I was a wee, I don't know how little I was or young. Maybe it was my older sister or brother. But Lounge Acts in Chicago, 90s club, awesome. Closed down in, I think, 2000. They tried to move, though. They had complaints from some yuppie behind them that moved in there after the club was already there about the music. But I got the CD, and it's actually from the 90s. You can still get it on Amazon, I think. It's called the Lounge Acts Defense and Relocation Compact Disc. And it's got music from the Jesus Lizard, Shellac. Oh, man, Shellac. Yeah. And who else is on here? Guided by Voices, Mekons. Anyway, Superchunk. It's awesome. And so I pulled that out. And also, I don't have a tripod. This one I bought on Amazon this year. It's called Yule Tunes, 1991. And it features one of the greatest Christmas songs ever by Chicago's own Material Issue called Merry Christmas Will Do. And you cannot find that song anywhere. You could listen to it on YouTube, but you can't stream it anywhere, download it anywhere. You could buy the CD, but every year I've tried, it's always gone. It's always out of stock. This year they finally had it. So I'll have better pictures later, but right there, it's awesome. I haven't opened it yet. It's got songs by Matthew Sweet, uh, Spooner. Oh my God. Anyway, I can't even know some of these bands, but they're 90s rock. So that's that. But as far as new music, on my way to the gym, I was listening to Sirius XM Channel 79. They were playing like pop workout songs. And one was by this artist named Jenny. And I replayed it like 4 times. It's by Jenny and it's called Like Jenny. And that's a great tune. It makes you want to move. And maybe I could play a little bit of that. But I just downloaded it too on Apple. And I'm going to have to check her out and check out more of that music. But anyway, I'm out for a walk. Beautiful cold day. And I'll have a little bit more later on this music. Anyway, hope you're all having a good day. Cheers. So back in the day, when I was at one of the, I used to go to Lollapalooza, the early ones before they were, when they used to tour. And a lot of alternative artists, but some of the girlfriends I was with, they used to do this dance. Like we would be on the lawn, and I think it was Tinley Park, Illinois, World Music Theater. And they would always, I don't know what you call it, but they would put their hands behind their back and kind of like skip around some of the music. Not my kind of thing because I was more in an industrial, like front 242. And, but yeah, that song Like Jenny makes me want to move. Anyway, enough of that nonsense. On Lounge Acts, yeah, I was there. I remember Steve Albini, who was in Shellac. He was there. I was actually there. I think it was his birthday once because I kind of knew someone who knew someone who was related to his wife, and we were friends. But a lot of great bands there. I remember seeing Jack Black McDowell there. I believe he performed, but he also was just checking out the scene there. And if you don't know who Black Jack McDowell is, well, he was a great Chicago White Sox pitcher in the 90s. Love that guy. But yeah, Lounge Acts. Can't say enough about the 90s music scene in Chicago, though. Liz Phair. I had some friends in some bands. Brooke Assault, the drummer, Jim Shapiro, played in a friend of mine's band. And we used to go to Weeds. And owner, bartender named Sergio. Oh, that guy was great. But my friend would play there with Shapiro and I can't remember her name, not Louise Gordon, but the other one, Shapiro's sister, would show up and watch, and sometimes she would get on the mic and sing. Um, There's also a time when the Rolling Stones played Double Door in Wicker Park. I think that was 98 or 99. Yeah, we couldn't get in, but we were all outside. It was like a big party scene. That was awesome. But yeah, those are the days, the Pumpkins, Wax Trax Records, Metro, Cabaret Metro. Used to get, I used to go there and see Front 242. And that was a lot of people were older than me there, but Front 242, this band called Curve. But great stuff, man. I don't think anything tops it. The Chicago music scene in the 90s. That's just my opinion. But all right, enough of that nonsense. All right, this is that song Like Jenny by Jenny, which is a song I just discovered today. Have you ever met Jenny? I haven't, but I want to. Jenny, 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 Jenny.